Barnaby Rudge by Charles Dickens. Barnaby Rudge, set against the backdrop of the anti-Catholic Gordon riots of 1780, intertwines the lives of several characters, centered around the simple-minded Barnaby Rudge. As the riots unfold, Barnaby is unwittingly swept up in the violence and chaos, manipulated by others due to his naivety. His mother, haunted by the secret of his father's murder, fears for his safety amidst the turmoil. The narrative weaves through themes of mob mentality, injustice, and redemption, as characters such as the courageous Joe Willett and the steadfast Gabriel Varden play crucial roles in navigating the upheaval. Dickens's exploration of the dark side of human nature and the societal undercurrents driving the riots offers a poignant commentary on the perils of fanaticism and the quest for personal and collective peace. Let's deep dive into the book. Opening Gambit. Barnaby Rudge commences at the Maypole Inn in the rural outskirts of London, where the simple-minded yet kind-hearted Barnaby Rudge resides with his mother. The story, set against the backdrop of the impending Gordon riots of 1780, unfolds with the mysterious disappearance of Barnaby's father, casting a shadow over their lives. Barnaby, blissfully unaware of the gravity of his past, frolics with his pet raven, Grip, embodying innocence amidst brewing turmoil. Mystery unveiled. The narrative deepens as the enigmatic stranger, Mr. Chester, enters the scene, revealing a web of past relationships and hidden motives. His son, Edward Chester, is in love with Emma Haredale, belonging to a family entangled with the Chesters through a dark history. The elder Chester's manipulations aim to sever this budding romance due to the family's historical enmity and differing social standings, setting the stage for conflict and tragedy. Tensions rise. As political unrest simmers, the personal vendettas of characters intertwine with the broader historical moment. The sinister John Willett, owner of the Maypole Inn, and his son Joe, who harbors his own romantic aspirations towards Dolly Varden, daughter of the local locksmith, become embroiled in the escalating conflict. Joe's determination to overcome his social and economic status to win Dolly's heart mirrors the larger theme of aspiration and rebellion. The Gordon Riots. The narrative crescendos with the outbreak of the Gordon Riots as anti-Catholic sentiment, spearheaded by Lord George Gordon, reaches its zenith. Barnaby, naively joining the rioters, becomes a pawn in the ensuing chaos that engulfs London. The riots serve as a backdrop for the personal resolutions of the characters, as the city around them is consumed by fire and violence. A father's shadow. Amid the turmoil, the mystery of Barnaby's father resurfaces, revealing him as a participant in a previous crime connected to the Haredale family. This revelation brings to light the intertwining destinies of the Rudge and Haredale families as they grapple with the legacies of past sins and seek redemption in the present. Paths of Love. Edward Chester and Emma Haredale's love endures despite the machinations of Edward's father and the societal chaos around them. Their steadfastness contrasts with the tumult of the riots and the fickleness of fortune, symbolizing hope and constancy in a world marred by hatred and violence. Heroism and Heart. Joe Willett, showing courage and loyalty, emerges as a hero in the riots, saving lives and property. His acts of bravery not only win him Dolly's affection, but also signify the triumph of individual valor over collective madness. The personal courage of characters like Joe highlights the potential for goodness and heroism in even the darkest times. Descent into Madness. The climax of the riots marks a turning point for Barnaby, as he is arrested and sentenced to death, a grim consequence of his unwitting involvement. His mother's desperate efforts to save him underscore the novel's exploration of maternal love, sacrifice, and the harshness of justice. Resolution and reconciliation. The novel resolves with the quelling of the riots and the pardoning of Barnaby, thanks to the interventions of influential characters who recognize his innocence. The aftermath of the chaos brings about unexpected reconciliations and new beginnings as characters reflect on their experiences and the lessons learned from the anarchy. A New Dawn. Barnaby Rudge concludes on a note of hopeful renewal, with the main characters finding peace and fulfillment. Barnaby and his mother retreat to a tranquil life in the countryside, free from the shadows of the past. Edward and Emma, along with Joe and Dolly, embark on their respective journeys of shared life, embodying Dickens's belief in the enduring power of love and humanity amidst the remnants of strife and discord. The novel closes as it began, at the Maypole Inn, now a symbol of resilience and the possibility of new beginnings after destruction. Let's explore together the main themes and concepts of the book. The folly of mob mentality. Barnaby Rudge delves into the dangers and irrationality of mob mentality, vividly depicted through the chaotic Gordon riots. Dickens portrays how easily individuals can be swept up in collective action, losing their moral compass and individual responsibility. The novel critiques the ease with which a group can descend into violence and lawlessness, driven by fervor rather than reason. Through characters like Barnaby, who becomes entangled in the riots without understanding their cause, Dickens underscores the tragedy of individuals losing their agency and the devastating consequences of mass hysteria on society. The chains of the past. Dickens explores the theme of the past's inescapable influence on the present, illustrating how characters are bound by the actions and decisions of their ancestors. The intergenerational feud between the Haredale and Chester families and the mystery of Barnaby's father's crime demonstrate how past sins cast long shadows over the characters' lives. This theme reflects the broader historical context of the novel, suggesting that society, too, is often trapped by historical prejudices and injustices that fuel cycles of violence and hatred, hindering progress and reconciliation. Social injustice and class struggle. The novel addresses social injustice and class struggle, portraying the vast disparities between the wealthy and the poor. Through the character arcs of Joe Willett and the Varden family, Dickens critiques the rigid social hierarchy that limits mobility and fosters resentment. The Gordon riots themselves, while ostensibly about religious prejudice, also serve as an outlet for the underclass's grievances against their socio-economic conditions. Dickens uses these narratives to advocate for empathy, reform, and understanding as antidotes to social inequality, suggesting that justice and compassion can bridge the chasm between different social strata. Religious intolerance and its consequences. A central theme of Barnaby Rudge is the destructive nature of religious intolerance, exemplified by the anti-Catholic fervor that ignites the Gordon riots. Dickens condemns the bigotry and zealotry that lead to violence and suffering, critiquing how religion can be manipulated to justify prejudice and hate. Through the devastation wrought by the riots, the novel highlights the folly of allowing religious differences to divide communities, advocating instead for a society founded on tolerance and mutual respect. This theme resonates with Dickens' broader moral vision of a humanity united beyond sectarian divides. The power of redemption and forgiveness. Dickens imbues Barnaby Rudge with a strong belief in the potential for redemption and the importance of forgiveness. Characters who have erred, like Barnaby's father, seek forgiveness and make amends for their past actions, symbolizing the possibility of moral and personal renewal. The novel suggests that understanding and compassion can heal old wounds and reconcile individuals. Through its conclusion, where characters find peace and atonement, Dickens affirms the transformative power of forgiveness, envisioning a future where individuals are not defined by their past mistakes, but by their capacity for growth and change. Let's talk about the author. Charles Dickens, born in 1812 in Portsmouth, England, emerged as a literary colossus of the Victorian era, renowned for his vivid storytelling, memorable characters, and incisive critique of societal inequities. His early life, marred by poverty and hardship, profoundly influenced his writing, imbuing it with a deep compassion for the underprivileged. Dickens's novels, including classics like Great Expectations, Oliver Twist, and A Christmas Carol, explore themes of social injustice, poverty, and redemption, capturing the complexity of human nature and the societal challenges of his time. His masterful narrative artistry and relentless advocacy for social reform cemented his legacy as one of the greatest writers in English literature. Sincere thanks for watching. If you have any feedbacks or book requests, make sure to leave a comment. If this book summary has been helpful, consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Regardless, I wish you a great day.